So here's a short story about a guy, a husband, who handles things like a boss upon finding out that his wife is definitely up to no good behind the scenes. He does not back down. And when it finally comes down to it and she wants to open marriage, he is done. Divorce, goodbye, adios. And she is losing her mind. And I thought I'd be going to go over here, guys, on how to handle things if this situation ever happens to you. Titled, Am I the a-hole for filing for divorce after my wife suggested we open our marriage? And a shout out to James for sending in the story. He says here, my wife left her phone on the kitchen counter yesterday morning while she was in the shower. It started ringing. The caller ID said it was her coworker from the office, the one she's mentioned a few times. I figured it might be work-related, so I answered her phone. Perfectly acceptable reason for him answering her phone. Well, a man's voice said, hey, are we still on for lunch today, or do you want to push it till tomorrow? You're like, excuse me? I said, who is this? He paused, and said, this is my wife's phone. And I said, yeah, I'm her husband. Long silence, then he said, sorry, wrong number, and hung up. That ain't no wrong number, and notice that's obviously not the person matching the name on the phone. Wife's up to no good. I stood there for a moment staring at the phone. The contact name was definitely her coworker's name, a woman's name, but that was a man's voice asking about lunch plans. When my wife got out of the shower, I asked her about it. She went pale. Oh, she knows she's busted, but that means she's not going to put up a fight. Asked what I said to him. I told her I asked who he was, and he hung up. Notice she focused on what her husband said to that guy, not trying to cover her tracks. Well, she got defensive immediately. Said it was just a friend from work, and I had no business answering her phone. No. We're beyond that shit, honey. I said the contact was saved under a woman's name. Why would she do this unless she was hiding something? Well, get ready to listen to some bullshit, guys. She said that I was being paranoid. That yes, she changed the contact name because she knew I'd get weird about her having lunch with a male coworker. Alrighty, here we go. Twisting it around. He's the bad guy here. She said it was innocent and I was making it into something it was not. Okay. Then why this? Why that? No, not buying it, honey. I asked her how long she'd been meeting him for lunch. She said a few months. Maybe since June. Always during work hours, nothing inappropriate. Then why'd you get pale when I mentioned that dude on the phone, honey? Why did you suddenly want to know what I said to him versus, other things? I asked her why she never mentioned him, and she said because of this exact reaction. That I'd get jealous, and she didn't want to deal with it. You can't have a marriage without trust, and you're obviously full of shit, sweetheart. Your nose is growing. I told her this wasn't about jealousy. This was about her lying. Hiding a relationship with another man and saving his number on her fake name so I wouldn't know. Guys, pause for a moment here. What if the situation was reversed? What if he did the exact same thing? You don't think that she'd be pissed? I mean, if she cared about him, she'd be losing her mind, and she'd have a right to. Now listen what comes next. Place your bets. She started crying, Hobag Handbook Chapter 2, and said she wasn't cheating, that he was just a friend and they talked about work stuff, that I was blowing this way out of proportion. Now, of course, again, the guy is the villain here. It is amazing how they will stick to a lie and they will not back down. Well, I asked to see her phone and she refused. Said I didn't have the right to go through her private messages. I do now, honey. That was when I knew. I told her if there was nothing to hide, then she should have no problem showing me the phone. She said it was the principle, that she deserved privacy, and I was being, wait for it, controlling. Again, making him out to be the bad guy here. She doesn't get privacy at this point. Well, we fought for an hour. She kept insisting nothing physical had happened. I kept asking why she felt the need to lie if it was so innocent. Eventually, she said, fine, maybe we should consider opening up our marriage. How convenient. And she's already got a guy ready to go. Remember, guys, when they talk about open relationships, open marriages, there's already a guy. Or there's already a guy waiting to go, or a guy they're already sleeping with. That clearly I don't trust her, and maybe we both need more freedom. Yes, we both need more freedom, honey. As in, I'm not married to your lying ass anymore. I asked her if she was serious, and she said she'd been thinking about it for a while now. Oh, you've been thinking about it for a while now, and you've been also seeing this dude for a while now. How interesting. That monogamy feels restrictive, and maybe we'll both be happier if we could see other people. Monogamy is restrictive. Why the fuck are we married then? Oh, I know why. Because she wanted to have the ceremony and the big show, because weddings are a big fucking show, nothing more, and a big party nowadays. Not about the actual marriage. And she wanted a guy to keep providing. I said, absolutely not. Asked if she was already sleeping with him. She said no, but she thought about it. Oh, okay. What happened to being just friends? What happened about just meeting up to talk about work? That she has feelings for him, but hasn't acted on them because of our marriage. Oh, well, thank you, honey. You've been such a good person. I told her to get out. Good for him. She said I was overreacting, that at least she was being honest now, that she could have just cheated on me, but instead she was trying to have an adult conversation about a relationship. Adult conversation, my fat ass, It's like arguing with a fucking 6-year-old. I said the adult conversation should have happened before she started having secret lunches with another man and developing feelings for him. That this was emotional cheating at minimum, and I wasn't going to sit here and discuss opening our marriage so she'd go F her coworker guilt-free. That's exactly what she's trying to do. Absolutely. She got lemons and she was trying to make lemonade out of the whole situation. Well, she's caught. Okay, open marriage conversation. Well, I packed a bag and went to stay with my brother. Called a lawyer the next morning and filed for divorce 3 days ago. Nice job. He ain't messing around. It's unfortunate that he had to leave, but obviously he didn't want to stay there with her and she wasn't going to leave. Well, now her family is blowing up my phone. Her mom says I'm throwing away 7 years of marriage over nothing. Hey, mother-in-law, did you not get the full story here? I'm not throwing away shit. It's your asshole daughter. And if mother-in-law did get the full story, probably mother-in-law is just like her. Her sister says my wife never actually cheated, and I'm being dramatic. Again, did you get the full story and you actually believe that? Some of our friends are saying I should at least try counseling first. Marriage counseling is the dumbest fucking thing in the world because you're just trying to force two people who don't belong together to try to make it work out, and ultimately it doesn't work out. My wife has been texting me saying she made a mistake by bringing up the open marriage thing, that she was just scared and trying to deflect, that nothing happened with the guy, and she'll cut contact completely if I came home. Oh, now she's on to I made a mistake because she realizes this guy's serious, even though you saw her attitude earlier. But I do not believe her. The fake contact name, the secret lunches, the immediate jump to suggesting an open marriage when I confronted her, it all feels like she was already cheating or planning to and got caught before she could. My brother says I did do the right thing, but my parents think I'm being too hasty, that marriages go through rough patches and I should at least hear her out. Mom and Dad, have you not heard the play-by-play of our conversation? I'm trying to have a conversation with this wacko. No, there's no hearing her out at this point. I don't know, maybe I should have pushed harder to see her phone or suggest counseling before going straight to divorce, but the trust is gone. Did I give up too easily? Smack! It's the only time I'm smacking him. No, dude, you did not do the wrong thing. You did not give up too easily. She's cheating on you. And when you confronted her about it, the whole thing, she made you out to be the bad guy, making you out to be controlling and all these nasty things. And she's obviously telling lies. You want to continue on with this? You want to continue on being miserable? Then go back to her. Stay with her. But you've already hired a lawyer. You already filed for divorce. Your instant reaction was the correct one. Listen to your brother. Do not listen to your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law because they're going to have your soon-to-be ex-wife, I hope's, interest at heart, not yours, okay? And if they got the full story, then they're probably both cheaters themselves. Guaranteed. I'd be having a conversation with your father-in-law about your mother-in-law. But absolutely not. So, guys, that is what you do. And look, open marriage, they don't work. And when a wife brings it up or she uses that as an excuse to after getting caught doing something, there's obviously a guy that they're already hooking up with or they're planning on hooking up with. And I have a hard time believing that this hasn't happened before. So you got to cut things off and move on. So this guy's instant reaction was the right one, and I do hope he follows through, and I really do think he will. But it's normal for guys to start second-guessing what everybody around them, in one way or another, says maybe you're being too hasty or you're in the wrong. No. Now, Unfortunately, there weren't any comments in Reddit. I don't know what that was all about. They were all deleted. But I'm going to pretty much guess people were saying the same thing. So good luck to this guy. I really hope he makes the right choice.